Welcome back to Dasha Speaks Racism. I am back with an update on the case for Dasharay Williams versus Copper Landing. It was supposed to be on its way to being formally filed in court, but I have just found out that James D. Kordich at the HUD office in Oregon, I believe it is. He is the chief programs, operations, and compliance branch, the chief of that branch. He is in the Office of Fair Housing and Equal Opportunity, Region 10, the Portland Field Office, located at 1220 Southwest 3rd Avenue, Suite 400 in Portland, Oregon. Just found out that he has been playing games with me, and, abusing his power. He was acting as if the case was going to court, had me thinking I kept sending him messages about updates. This was from 2024. Sarah K. Sharp. She's in the Seattle, Washington office. She was the one that collected all of the evidence that I submitted on the company. As you know, if you guys have not already watched the video, go back and watch the racist apartment complex, Copper Landing, who evicted me and my children in February of 2023 with the help of a crooked judge. The crooked judge was Rochelle E. Anderson. If you have not already done so, go back and watch those videos so that you guys can get updated on the case. But there is a great deal of discrimination, retaliation going on in these HUD offices. HUD needs a lawsuit filed against them. I'm going to need some help. Just patiently waiting on God to, put these videos in front of someone, a lawyer who wants to help me get some justice in these matters. I have evidence of everything. But before we go all the way into detail about everything, if you haven't done so already, like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on all notifications. There's a great deal of discrimination going on out here in the world today, and it is these corporations who are acting as if they are for the people. They really are not for the people. But I have just discovered that, or I've been new, but I just got confirmation and have lots of evidence about the discrimination going on in HUD out there in Washington State. It's not just Washington State. It's going on out here in Greensboro, North Carolina. The local housing authorities are discriminating. I have evidence of several different housing authorities discriminating against me. I'm going to be giving you guys some footage on that as well. But I wanted to come through with my latest discovery. I am working on getting the rest of these videos out because I have some more discoveries here. But the latest discovery is Sarah Sharp was the one that collected all of the evidence. And here you see me reaching out to get information about the investigation, because it seemed like it was taking very, very long when it was a straightforward case. I had proof that there was no moisture in the wall. I had proof of the harassment, video proof of that, video proof of the moisture not being in the wall. It was clear cut. So, it wasn't too much investigating that they needed to do. So I felt like it was taking a long time. My intuition is never wrong. So then I started, reaching out, asking questions. She let me know back in August of 23 that the case was in review by management, which was a lie. Okay, I responded back to her 21st, 22nd, no response. Well, no, she did give me a response. She said James Kordich. So James Kordich took it upon himself to abuse his power and take this case up. He was working with Copper Landing. I believe they paid him to work with them in this matter. They have unspoken rules in these racist towns. When someone tries to fight back, they have people that are in high positions that they can just, hey, give a phone call to my buddy and, pay my buddy a little bit of money, and he'll make sure that it doesn't go anywhere. So that's what happened here. So I proceeded to correspond with James Kordich on the matter. There was a great deal of, I don't even know the word that I'm looking for. A great deal of delays. So he didn't automatically respond to every email. Sometimes it would take him months to respond. And then he'll respond and act like he was apologizing, and he was just pushing. He was really just waiting until the case got to where I couldn't file a lawsuit myself. But then God put something on my heart and showed me that I could sue these motherfuckers my goddamn self. So I proceeded with doing that. And right now I have filed the lawsuit against them in the Spokane County Courthouse. But like I said, they have unspoken rules. They don't want to help a nigga. So it's been submitted online. I have everything. I submitted the complaint. I submitted the summons. But they just have it online, and it just says that it hasn't been reviewed yet. They're not in a rush to review it, because once they review it, they know they can't do nothing but accept it. So that's why they got it held up. It's been reviewed. They just haven't stated that in the online portal. So God is going to take care of all that. But I proceeded with first, trying to complain on the 3 employees that were first trying to keep it from getting to the investigation process. There were 3 employees that in the HUD office, and I have emails from them. I have, like I said, evidence of everything. If there's a lawyer that is listening, anybody, you want some money, let's get some money. I got evidence of everything. And HUD need to give me a big ass check, because it's a whole lot of they different local agencies, they regional agencies that have discriminated against me. I have evidence of everything. But so yeah, I proceeded trying to complain on employees within HUD that didn't respond, and therefore I had to actually submit my complaint on Copper Landing like 3 or 4 times before it actually got to where it was even being considered being investigated. All right. He told me to submit my complaints to him, which I believe I did. Not sure if I did. Okay, yeah, I just asked him on how to submit allegations, and he just told me to send copies of those as well, if I had any emails or anything, because he wanted to, I guess, go through and try to cover up what they did, but what they dumb criminals, because if you a criminal, you're not supposed to be leaving no paper trail. That's the worst thing you can leave when you a criminal, is a paper trail. So what they did was they created a plan to get rid of all the evidence on their end. And then they paid a hacker to try to get into my stuff on my end so that they could get rid of the evidence on my end. But what they didn't understand is that I'm God's anointed, and that my intuition is a motherfucking fool, and that you can't get into my shit. So I had to go change my password a couple months ago, because it was somebody they was trying to get in my shit, and I noticed it. And so I went in and I changed my password to something, that just nobody knows but me. And it's just been that ever since. And they still have sent people to try to get into my email to hack my stuff. They're still trying to cover up what the fuck they did, but it's not going to work because God ain't having it. But James Kordich is he's horrible. Let me tell you. I reached out to him on, I don't know, 25, 35, 45 different occasions. There's lots of emails here. There's a paper trail. So here's an update I requested in September 23, where he said that the case was submitted for disposition. It was in the editing phase. And he anticipated it was going to be 2 to 3 weeks for it to be completed, which those 2 to 3 weeks turned into several months. That what you want to watch? Okay. And I went on, kept asking about updates. This was me asking him about the disposition, provided me a copy once it was completed. This was in October of 23. And then I asked him how much longer on the 30th. He just still fucking with me, playing around like it was a joke. It ain't funny now, but said it was in next queue. Said anticipating the completion the end of next week. Okay. Then he said one time that it was pulled for administrative review or something like that. This was 9/18/2023. It goes on. It goes on and on. We went back and forth. I asked lots of questions. He was out of office sometimes. He didn't always readily get back to me. This was in October of 23. I asked again in March of 24. Didn't get a response there. Didn't get a response, I don't believe, until, what is this? That's 23. Was that November? But anyway, the discrimination is alive out here. So I just started letting him know, God is very angry with you. I am God's anointed. And I just told him that you're going to regret the action that you have taken towards me. And I always wish people the best when I let them know that God is about to have his vengeance. Him and Eric Steineicher, whatever his name is. Where is this 11/15/24 message? That's 23. But yeah, we went back and forth for shit. Over a year. A little over a year. Until recently, this was January 2024. Here we are, just January 2024, and this was him responding from October 2023. Okay, this was me asking for updates. 10, and then the 11th, I sent another email, or just forwarded him the email. He said the complaint was in the final stages of editing review. Said he believed that the final edits had been completed by the end of next week. Apologies again for the delay, this invisible goddamn delay that he was purposely causing because they paid him to do it. He said that the editing phase can be extended at times when the case is complicated, which the case was not complicated because it's clear cut. Based on the videos, based on the evidence that I submitted, you can clearly see that this was done solely off the color of my skin because there was no damage. There was no reason why, why I should have been evicted. There was no reason why. It was just all because of the color of my skin. I believe there might have been some jealous parties that initiated it with these people that I wasn't aware of at the time. Some people in high places, some celebrities, is from my understanding. Here we are at the 18th. He said the case may be complicated due to whatever. All right, I thank them for the clarification. Here we are again in 2024 in August now, asking for, more information. This was January to August, that's 7 months. he said something about a delay investigator. When I asked about the investigator information, he didn't ever want to give me the investigator's information. So then in November of 2024 is I was asking him about it being filed in court, what the statute of limitations was, because by then I had already did my research, trying to figure out how can I just file a lawsuit myself. All right. He didn't respond to that one. Okay, so then 12/24, I got another update about a delay that was not a fucking delay. And he was talking about further review if he ain't heard about by April 19th. So what it is, you got a statute of limitations on how long you have to file a civil claim. I believe we were evicted in 2023. And online it says 2 to 3 years is what it says online. 23, 24, 25, 26. So really, if we're going to go with the 3-year mark, I have till 2026 to file my civil lawsuit. But I went ahead and filed my civil lawsuit myself. And then as soon as I filed my civil lawsuit, this is still him more with the bullshit. James D. Kordich out there in Oregon. Him and Eric Steinniker, whatever they goddamn names is. He's out of office, and then, he respond when he want to. Here go Eric Steinniker. He out of office, but this was around the holidays too. He's the Region X director in Seattle. So, Monday, I got an email from Sarah, and she said that they concluded the investigation, and she attached my closure letter. So I'm still trying to figure out how it went from disposition to now closure, because they were made aware that I filed a lawsuit in the court, because like I said, they all buddy. And, the court clerks are just basically letting her know, hey, I'm going to hold it up as long as I can. She filed a lawsuit herself. So now they just have it in their portal, just looking like it hasn't been reviewed. But see, what happened was, and this is how they fuck up, because I always do. Come here, let me cut that down some. They always fuck up when they trying to hurt me, because I always cross all my T's and dot on my I's. And when I do that, I make sure that I have evidence of them being underhanded. So I submitted 3 different ones. The first 2 did not have the documentation with them. So I didn't have the summons. I didn't have the complaint. They immediately got rejected, and they both got rejected one after the other. Right? So I'm like, all right, they looking at them now, because I filed all of them right behind the other one. So then I'm waiting. I done waited now probably about a week or 2. And maybe 3 weeks now it's probably been. And it's still just sitting there in the not reviewed stage in the Spokane County Courthouse online portal. And this is just my evidence to show. But Spokane County Courthouse is, again, discriminating against me and retaliating against me because, I'm fighting back and I'm exercising my rights. So I'm going to, every time I get on here, I'm just going to say, if there's a lawyer out there who wants to get some money, like some real money, like the case is just clear cut. I got all the evidence. I got all the emails. I can take screenshots of my online portal. We got the evidence. The case has already been filed. It just need to be reviewed and approved. Reach out. Let's get a contract started. Let's get it drafted up, and let's do some business. Let's get some money, because I want justice. I want justice. It's not even really about the money. I would love to. I know I'm gonna get at least my $20,000 that I spent getting home back. But they got to pay for more than that, because it has caused a great deal of emotional and mental distress. Me and my children haven't really all the way been right since we left Washington State. Um, we were forced to leave. So, you know, we got to start somewhere with getting this justice. And it really don't make sense that these people will go to these extremes, to hurt people and to, knock people off course and, to try to take stuff from people. It's so sad, but it's gonna be even sadder, when they're going to prison for the things that they've done because they have broken the law. But I just wanted to get on here and shed some light on this. I'm going to be posting some more videos. I got a list of them to get through, and I'm going to work through them as fast as I can. But there are a few companies specifically that God has placed on my heart that I need to go ahead and get these reviews out about. And most of the companies have something to do with Copper Landing and their ordeal. So I just want to shed some light on the situation. HUD is discriminating. The higher ups, it's the people in the power. They got the wrong people in the positions of power. It's the whole organization. The system is not set up for us to win. It is set up for us to fail. And the moment you start trying to fight back and speak out, they try to take everything from you. They try to do things to make you feel like you're going crazy. They want to put you in the loony bin so they can just shut you the fuck up. But they couldn't do that with me. They have been very unsuccessful in their attempts to drive me the fuck crazy. So now they're about to be goddamn crazy because I'm not going to goddamn stop. And I'm going to tell my story. Nobody else is going to tell my story for me. They're not going to tell my story. Hollywood ain't going to take my story and make it what they want it to be. These people in these positions, these celebrities that have paid these people, all these groups of people that have went against me and my family, they're not going to get away with this shit. And nobody else is telling my story. So I'm out here and I'm speaking and I'm speaking. I'm speaking and I'm speaking and they don't like it. And I'm going to keep speaking. So if y'all have not done so already, please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Like I said, if there's a lawyer out there who can practice in Washington State, who's not afraid to go against, what their norm is out there, I got all the evidence. I got every email. I got every piece of paper from when I was in Washington State. I got everything. And I encourage you to, send me some correspondence. I have it on my main page where you can reach out to me via email. But let's get some justice here. If I don't do anything but just tell my story, and shed some light for somebody else, if you're having a hard time with these people, if you're trying to get some justice, you better off just filing a civil claim by yourself. And you can do it for free if you're on government assistance. File as an indigent. You need your summons. You need your complaint. You can check YouTube to see how to draft it. But I got to get off of here. I just wanted to shed some light on this bitch ass nigga right here, James D. Kordich. He is out there in the Oregon office. He's the chief programs, operations, and compliance branch, Region 10, Office of Fair Housing and Equal Opportunity. This is not fair housing. These are not equal opportunities. Portland Field Office, U.S. Department of HUD. Justice will be served. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Until next time, I'll holler at y'all.